Alright, what's up, Reddit? Sorry this took so long. I was trying to get some combat skillers, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think people keep them. At least not this late into the season, anyway. So, just your typical max damage, attack rating, some life when I got lucky, B-Torch, Annie, and just some res and life. Some more max attack as well. This is what I think will be sort of the meta build, if it becomes a meta at all. um, the death is what's giving you your big damage. Obviously, without the grief there, it's even more, a lot more. But as you'll see, it's a single target attack. The radius damage is here. It's a bit too low to carry you in hell. It does really work in normal and nightmare, but I'm not sure about on progression. Um, Fortitude, pretty standard, just to beef that ED. All res. G-Face, another standard, 35 crushing blow, can't really beat that. High Lords for the extra skill, Deadly Strike, Lightning Res. Gores for the crushing blow, Deadly Strike, open wounds. Raven cannot be frozen. String for the lifesteal and the damage reduction as well, because you're going to be right in people's faces. Tri-res with strength is always nice for me. The bonus here is the minimum damage, which is obviously something not people don't usually go for, but I mean, it's pretty nice, especially when the number's bigger. It's noticeable. It's nothing like you'd go for, but why not when it's there? And Laying of Hands for the extra 350% damage to demons, because just so much of the game is demons. In terms of skills, obviously you're maxing leap attack and the synergy leap. You want to get whirlwind, in my opinion, because again, leap attack is just not a primary move. It's not going to carry you. Berserk for the physical immunes. You can also just deal with that with the mercenary, but Blade Mastery because swords are the best. One in each. And Max BO because again, your life. Being in the face of everybody. Okay. Little Travie, start her off. I'm using the quick skills, by the way. I don't know if anyone else is, but I kind of like it. You know, it sort of spits in the face of the old school method, but I don't give a fuck. You can see that, like, it does one-shot them. It's just that you have to be, like, bang on. Because the aura really just does not provide. It does proc, by the way, if you have amp, because it's basically like this smack. You see, like, it's the jump, but when there's an enemy, he does this sort of swing, and that's where the main damage is coming. Always a physical immune, no wonder. Duh. So yeah, you just berserk him down. It's pretty fast when it's not attacking, but just like a bunch of other skills like Fist of Hammers, or sorry, Fist of Heavens. Fist of Hammers, now that would be a fucking skill. Fist of Heaven, same thing. You can have all the FCR you want, you're just kind of stuck with that casting delay. Same thing here. When you're hopping, it's pretty quick, especially on the spot. but there's that recovery. And when he hits someone, it's much slower recovery. So, off to the real show. Chaos. If you stick around too, I'll show you some other options. And I'll be honest, it's pretty impressive in Nightmare. I mean, obviously in normal, it just everything just blows up as you'd expect. But even in Nightmare, if you can stack the skills, the AoE is enough to one-shot mobs. Same cannot be said for Hell, unfortunately. Although I wonder if you really went for skills on all your gear plus full skillers. I wonder what you could get it up to. It couldn't be more than 3k, which wouldn't be enough to one-shot Hell. Would love to see someone test it though. I just could not find the skillers. That's sort of the playstyle here. Stragglers, you can jump to them. Jump to the elites, which I really like doing. But when you see the mobs, you just gotta start whirlwinding, otherwise it's kind of miserable. Just jumping in people's faces. Not fun. Well, it is fun, I guess. That's not fair. It is fun, it's just not OP, which is what we all want to be. Fizz immune. 2 Fizz immune. That's pretty rare for Chaos. Another Fizz immune. So yeah, you get the idea. It does pretty well in Diablo 2, I must say. As goofy as you look, stomping around on Diablo. Yeah, some other options. More skills, a little more life, leech, instead of the extra crushing blow. It just feels a little, I mean 100 is nice and all, but it's pretty much overkill. For the stomp anyway, and if you're worried about whirlwind, you've got grief, so don't worry. Obviously a little more damage there on the aura, 300. Also tried it with Enigma for the Fester run walk, and I mean quality of life is there for sure, but it didn't increase the leap attack skill. So yeah, I think most people will probably prefer that. And okay, let me show you some other options. Actually really fun options. So IK set, All Barbs know this. It is just great. Just fantastic when you're struggling and you're broke. You don't have all the rune words in the world. Obviously, I'm not going to respec just for strength. You wouldn't wear that, but I'm going to. So, biggest thing to notice, right there you get +5 to your leap attack aura damage and an extra +2, so total +7 to be almost 2k, which it will be 2k once we get buffed. Also over 4k health, which is nice. That is more of what you want to see with the attack, right? I think that's sort of what people were expecting when we all read that. Leap with AoE, that sounds great. Unfortunately, it's important to note the wording of it, right? Leaps to and attacks target enemy and damages surrounding enemies. So the actual leap attack that you see him swing, that's the big hit. And then of course the AoE is the fixed damage, which only increases by skills. So it's gonna be a weird balance for sure. It's cool though, because I mean Barb combat skillers, you pretty much just toss them out along with masteries, right? Like you only ever see Warcry with life. What you really want is the max damage terms, just like the Bozon. But this is what you want to see. This is what I wanted to see with leap attack. The aura actually, or sorry, the radius, the AoE radius actually doing damage, actually blowing up mobs. Sure you can. Yeah. It's nice. One last little nice thing. Although it doesn't really matter because you won't be this geared in normal. But because the aura, again the aura, because the AoE is so strong once you have the skills up, strong being normal strong, not hell strong, you don't even need a weapon. So that's pretty memey. Sort of like the holy fire paladin rushing everyone in normal, right? Now you might see some leapers out there. Some naked leapers. I guess I'm not fully naked, but... Okay, fine, Reddit. I'll get naked for ya. This just turned not safe for work. Let's see it. Totally, utterly naked Randy. 1332. So close to elite. So close. We almost made it. Look at that. Completely naked, destroying chaos. That's pretty stupid. in the best way. God, I love this game. Okay, this is pretty memey. I can totally see this happening. You guys want to rush? No prob. I'll be there in a jiff. Ah, that's good, wholesome fun, guys. Never get sick of that sound, right? Vizier, you want to come out? And we broke the game. Alright, anyway, you get the idea. Pretty fun build, guys. Pretty fun. I also tested it with, you know, like all the fixins with the auras. Got my buddies to come in and give me Fanat and concentration. And yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, obviously, it does a lot more single target damage, but again, it doesn't really matter. Because the AoE damage is what we'd really like to boost. Because, you know, you're gonna delete them regardless, right? Like, you just saw me leaping around with 9800 instead of 16k, which could be 17k, which I think with the guys was like 24k. I can post the little video after. It doesn't have any sound though, so it's kind of a bummer. It really doesn't matter because you're just gonna smack them with that leap. And I think most people are gonna want to whirlwind out of that. That feels the most natural. But I'm sure we'll have some leapers that will just enjoy the suffering, just to be different. And that's cool too, because it is D2. Anyways, thanks for checking it out. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.